Mrs. Sarah Putnam, wife of Eleazar Putnam, Esquire, died December 21st, 1802, age 40. And on her left side lies their daughter Mary, who died the same night, aged 13 months. Ah, helpless mother, scarce had thy fond arms clasped thy sweet babe to thy maternal breast, ere death's sad harbinger spread wide alarms, and drove the smiling cherub from its rest. The tender partner of his cares and joys, the smiling pledge which heaven mercy gave, the aged father, pious mother's prayers, could not avail to save thee from the grave. Sarah Fuller was born in 1762 and was the second of 5 children of Archelaus Fuller and Betty Dale. All of Sarah's siblings lived into their 70s or 80s. Her father was a lieutenant colonel in John Mansfield Regiment and answered the Lexington Alarm in April of 1775. He also joined Edward Wigglesworth's regiment in June of 1776 to march to Fort Ticonderoga, but died of smallpox in Bennington, Vermont, just a couple months later at the age of 49. Sarah's mother Betty then raised her 5 children by herself, eventually receiving a pension for her husband after some years. Sarah married Eleazar Putnam in 1784 and had 6 children with him. Unlike most of the rest of the Putnams who lived across town in an area called Putnamville, Eleazar and Sarah lived here, near the border of Middleton, at the end of Preston Street, just down the road from this cemetery. But unfortunately, their house is long gone. Their first 5 children survived to adulthood, but their youngest, Mary, died the same night as her mother, at just over a year old. Their cause of death was not listed, but there were epidemics of measles and dysentery in 1802 in Massachusetts, so there's a good chance it was one of those. Eleazar remarried after Sarah's death and had one more child before his second wife, Sarah Holton, also died, and he then married a third time to Dorcas Foster, with whom he spent the last 20 years of his life. Sarah is buried here in the Preston Cemetery with Eleazar and 3 of their children, as well as Eleazar's 2 other wives.